Good day, pupils. I welcome you once again to the remaining section of our week lesson, factorial and permutation. I hope you've gone through the first video and I hope you've attempted your assignments. So just a recap of what we discussed last time. We did factorials and we solved problems on addition, subtraction, and division of factorials. So basically today we're going to be doing on permutation. Permutation is just an application of factorial. So like I said the last time, don't be scared of the name, and I believe you enjoyed the last class because it's just what you know, right? It's just in another dimension. So let's see our specific objective for this class. So by the end of the lesson, you should be able to define permutation. I believe many of you now know the meaning of permutation because I introduced it in the last class. I'm going to be evaluating permutations of numbers. I'm going to be solving problems on permutation. So I promise you're going to enjoy the class. So let's start. Just a quick recap of what we discussed last time. Factorial is a counting method that uses consecutive whole numbers as factors, and it's also the product of a positive number downward. Okay, and our symbol of factorial is it's an exclamation mark. So when we want to write factorial, we say n factorial. So if we are asked to find 6 factorial, we're going to have 6 exclamation mark, and we pronounce it as as 6 factorial. And if we want to solve it, we want to find 6 factorial, we're going to multiply 6 downward. That's to say 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay, so I believe we are all happy. So let's move to permutation, and I hope that before the end of this class you will understand all about factorial and permutation. So permutation is arrangement of of items in a particular order. The item might be a number, it might be an alphabet, it might be a word with repeated names, like book. If I say you should find me, how many ways can we arrange book? You see, book is spelled B-O-O-K. You observe that there is 2 O in the book, and there is 1 B and there is 1 K. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing in this class. And you're going to also be looking for a way to arrange alphabet. Maybe how many ways can you arrange A, B, C? So we're going to be doing it at before the end of this class. So let's move. So that's all about permutation. It's just the arrangement of item in a particular order. That means we have to follow the order in permutation. So let's see problems on permutation. Permutation arrangement is just giving us is the number of permutation. The number of permutation of an object. That means that object might be n. Okay, that n might be like 4, 5, 7, depending on the question you are asked to look for, right? So, and the object is taken at a time. So that time is your r. So remember, in factorial we only just have n factorial. So in permutation, as I introduced at the end of our last class, is n permutation r. That is to say, if we have 5 as our n and we have r3 as our r, so we call it 5 permutation 3. Okay, and the formula for it is n factorial, okay, divide by n minus r all factorial. Okay, all factorial, meaning that you're going to subtract n from r before you look for the factorial. So n here is the number of objects, r is the number of position of the object. Okay, so let's see example, and you will see that it is very simple, right? So example 1, we have to find the permutation of 5 and 3. So 5 permutation 3. Again, 5 permutation 3. That's the way we pronounce it. 5 permutation 3. You see, in factorial we only just have one number. 6 factorial, 5 factorial, 2 factorial. But in permutation we deal with 2 or more numbers. Like in this case, we have 5 permutation 3. Okay, so we have to make use of our formula. We have n permutation r, which equals to n factorial divided by n minus r all factorial. Okay, so what is our n in this case? Can you tell me our n before I show you? So if you got the n correctly, give yourself a big clap. Our n is 5 and our r is what? Is 3. So we are going to put 5 here, 5 factorial, and we're going to have what? 5 minus r, which is what? 2. So in the essence, we are having 5 factorial divided by what? Divided by 2 factorial. So it's very, very simple. So 5 factorial will now be what? 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay, remember, we are not adding 0. If you add 0, it destroys everything. And don't forget, 0 factorial is what? Is 1. And 1 factorial is what? Is 1. Just be singing it throughout today in your house. So divide by what? 2 factorial. 2 factorial will now be what? 2 times 1. Okay, so now let's see our answer. So we have here 5 permutation what? 3, which is equals to 5 factorial divided by what? Bracket 5 minus 3 close the bracket factorial. So we have 5 factorial divided by 2 factorial. The 2 is because we have 5 minus what? 3. So in 5 factorial we have what? 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 divided by what? 2 times 1. So we cancel what? The like terms. We cancel 2, we cancel what? 1 at the numerator and what? At the denominator. So we are left with what? 5 times 4 times what? 3, and which gives us what? 60. Okay, so that's our first example. Let's see more examples so that we will be expert in permutation. Second example is to find what? The permutation of what? 8. 8 permutation what? 4. Again, 8 permutation what? 4. Find 8 permutation what? 4. So just pause the video and try this to see if you have the same answer as mine. Alright? Okay, so the same way we're going to make use of what? Of our formula. So our n in this case is going to be what? 8, and our r we're going to be what? 4. So in essence, we're going to be having 8 factorial divided by what? 8 minus 4 all factorial. So we're going to be having 8 divided by 8 factorial divided by what? By 4 factorial. So we are left with what? 8 times 7 times 6 times 5, which equals to what? 168. Okay, so let's see the next example. So now this is very interesting. 9 factorial what? 0. Again, 9 factorial what? 0. So our n here is what? Is 9, and our r is what? Is 0. So in essence, we're going to be having what? 9 factorial divided by what? 9 factorial, and which is what? 1. Okay, so that is to say, if you're dividing numbers that are the same, so your answer will be just what? 1 factorial. So now you don't have to be doing 9 times 8 times 7 times 6, and you're going to do the same thing at the denominator, right? So everything will just give you what? 1. So in this case, you don't have to stress yourself. You just say 9 factorial divided by 9 factorial is equals to 1 factorial. So if the number of the numerator and the number of the denominator is the same, and you want to find the factorial is equals to 1. Of course, even if you don't want to find the factorial, 2 divided by 2 is 1, right? And 2 factorial divided by 2 factorial is what? Is still 1. Okay, all right. So now let's we are done with our second objective, looking for a problem, evaluating problems on permutation. So now let's see what problems. This is very interesting. So what problem for today? We're going to explain how we can arrange what? ABC. How many times can we arrange ABC? So now just follow my cursor. Okay, so the first layer we have what? ABC, right? So we want to see how many ways we can arrange ABC. So the first swap here, we have to write A. Okay, you just write A, you cross the line, you come here, you write B. Okay, you come here, you write C. Okay, so in your next alphabet, so we have not two numbers should be in an alphabet. That's the rule. Okay, you don't have to write A, B. So there shouldn't be any 2 numbers, and it has to follow what? Order. It has to be cyclic. That's what I mean. It has to be in order. Okay, so I have here A. So the next one after A is what? BC. Okay, I have here B. The next alphabet will be what? AC or CA. Okay, I have here C. The next one will be what? BA. Okay, so now for this one, since I pick here A, so I have to drop what? C. I have 2 of these, so each of these will produce what? 2 swap. each of these will also produce what? 2 swap. Okay, so I have here, since I dropped A at first, so the next one I'm going to drop is what? B and C. Okay, B and C. So here in dropping C, the next number that must not be the same as C is what? Is AB. Alright, so I'm dropping B here now. The next number that must not be the same as B will be what? AC. Okay, so yeah, since I drop B, okay, since I drop B, I'm going to be dropping what? CA or AC. I don't know if you're following. Since I drop B, I'm going to have what? CA. That's the next number. So C and what? And A. Just follow my cursor, okay? So I have C here. I'm going to have the second alphabet, and C must not be involved in the second alphabet, which is what? A, B, A. Okay? And here I'm going to have, I drop A, and the next alphabet that was not both A is what? Is B, C. So in the third swap, I have what? C. I drop C, so the next number, the next alphabet I'm dropping will be what? A, B. A, B. So for A, I'm going to have CB. There is no A there. And now since I drop B, the next one I will have that must not be B is what? Is CA. So I don't know if you understood this, but you can also do it in your own way, but this is just a perfect way to do it so that you're not going to repeat the number 2 or more times. Okay, so you have to add everything up together. So here we have what? ABC. Okay, so you have what? ACB, you have BAC, BCA, CBA, and CAB. Okay, the idea here is you will know how many alphabets, how many arrangements you will have by using what? Our factorial. Okay, that's the good thing here. So if you're having a number that is more than or less than, you will know that you're not getting it right. Okay, so since we have A, B, C, how many numbers? We have 3 numbers, and 3 factorial is what? Is 3 times 2 times what? 1, which is equals to what? 6. So definitely we're going to have what? 6 arrangements of what? A, B, C. So if you're having 4 arrangements, you know that you're not getting it right, and if you're having 7 or more arrangements, you're not getting it right. Okay, so whichever way, if my own method is more difficult, so you can also find a way to understand yours. Okay, but I believe this is very clear. It's just a way not for you to repeat, to swap, and not to repeat the alphabet twice. So our first number here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have what? 6 arrangements of what? Of A, B, C. Okay, that's how many ways we can arrange what? A, B, C. The same way goes for 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's, we have what? 6 arrangements for what? 1, 2, 3. If you want to arrange maybe the letter car, how many ways can you arrange car? Since it's 3 letter words, you have what? 6 ways to arrange. Now in essence, for you to arrange what? Of 3 letters, any 3 letters, but that 3 letters must not have a repeated alphabet in it. Okay, it must not have a repeated alphabet. It must just be what? 3 different letters. So 3 different letters, in order for you to arrange them, the number of arrangements will be what? Will be 6. Okay, let's see words that have what? Repeated arrangements. Okay, the first one we're going to be looking at is what? How many different ways can we arrange the word mommy? Mommy. How many ways can we arrange the word mommy? So you can see here we have M, we have U, we have M, M, Y. So there are 5 letters in the word mommy, and we have 3 M's. Okay, we have 1 U, and we have what? 1 Y. So how can we do that? We're still going to make use of what? Of the formula for our permutation, but this time around we're going to be making, so our n this time around will be what? Will be 5, because we have what? 5 words, 5 letters of mommy, 5 n. Our n will be 5. And what is our r? So in this case here, our r is just going to be the one that is above what? That is greater than 1. Okay, there's greater than 1, and the only alphabet greater than 1 here is M. So this one is 1 factorial, we know that it is 1. This y is 1 factorial is 1, so we don't need them. So the one we need is what? Is alphabet that is greater than what? 1. Okay, so we have what? 3 m's here. So the number of ways we can arrange mommy will be what? 5 factorial divided by what? 3m. So let's see our answer. So 5 factorial is gotten from what? From the total number of what? Of the letter mommy, and our 3 factorial is gotten from what? M, because M appear what? 3 times. We are not putting u. You can also put u, which is 1 factorial, but you're still going to have 1, right? So you have to put the number that is what? Greater than 1. So we have here 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 divided by 3 factorial. So we have what? 5 times 4, which is what? 20 ways. So there are 20 ways we can what? Arrange the word what? Mommy. So this way is more better. It's just like you now going to be doing this 5 times. It's going to be very, very lengthy. Okay, so you just have to what? Follow a formula. So this method too, you can also follow the same formula. Okay, so we have 3 factorial. Okay, so in this way, if you want to follow the same method that we did, we have our n to be 3 and our r is just 1 1 1, right? So we have what? 3 factorial over 1 factorial, which is what? 3 times 2 times 1. Okay, so let's see our next example. I believe this is clear. I just want to believe it's clear. So let's see the next example. So how many ways can we arrange the word Toronto? Okay, so in Toronto we have what? 7 ways. 7 ways we can arrange the word Toronto. There are 7 letters. We have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 letters, and in this 7 letters we have 2 T's, we have 3 O's, we have 1 R, and we have 1 N. Again, 2 T's, 3 O's, 1 R, and 1 N. So this one we'll just keep it aside because it will still give us what? 1. So try to do this and you see my answer next. Alright, so we are going to make use of the same formula. Our n here will be what? Will be 7. So now this time, since we have what? 2 T's, we're going to have divide by what? 2 factorial. And again, we're going to have what? 3 factorial. Okay, so let's see what I'm saying. So here I have my n, which is 7 factorial, divided by what? 3 factorial, which is the O. Okay, and this 2 factorial is what? Is the T. So of course 1 factorial is just 1, and the r n here, 1 factorial is 1. Okay, so yeah, this means what? 7 factorial divided by what? By 3 factorial times 2 factorial. Okay, so I express this of divide by what? So yeah, I have 3 times 2 times 1. Okay, times this time. So now I have to write what? 2 factorial, which is 2 times what? 1. So I cancel out and I'm left with what? 420 ways. So there are 420 ways we can arrange what? Toronto. So this does not mean that any 7-letter words must be arranged in 420 ways. Okay, because it depends on what? On the repetition of what? Of the numbers. So if you have 7-letter words that there's no repetition, you might not have 420 ways. And if there's only 1 repetition, it's not a guarantee that you have 420 ways. So depending on what? On the repetition of the number in the spelling, that's when you have what? Your number of arrangements. Okay, so I'll go through this again. So how to arrange what? The word Toronto. You first of all count the letters you have, which is your n. We have 7 factorial, divide by what? Now you check the one that repeated more than 1 times. We have 2 T's and we have 3 O's. So we put what? Our 3 factorial, which is for O, times our 2 factorial, which is for what? For T. So you just express this. Remember, we agreed that 3 factorial multiplied by 2 factorial is not 6 factorial. So you settle that of 3 factorial multiplied by, you settle that of what? 2 factorial. Okay, so here we have this and we multiply and we have what? 840 divided by 2 and we have 420 ways. Okay, I hope you're enjoying the video and I hope you are smiling. Okay, so I just want you to be happy. Don't be scared of this problem. It is very, very simple. If you haven't challenged on it, I'll still give you a more explanation. Okay, so let's see another example. So how many ways can we arrange what? Parameter. Okay, so this word was 10-letter words. 10-letter words. 10-letter words. And we see that what? We have what? 1 P. We have 4 A's. Okay, there's no space here. So this is 4 A's. Okay, 4 A's, we have 2 R's, we have 1 M, and we have what, 2 T. So meaning that we're going to have what, 10 factorial divided by what, 4 factorial times 2 factorial times 2 factorial. So I told you the denominator must be greater than what, 1. Okay, it must be greater than what, 1. But you can put the 1 there, but it will just be acting as a dummy. It will be of no use because 1 factorial is what, is still 1 factorial. So let's see our answer. So we have what, 10 factorial, which is the total number of letters, divided by 4 factorial. This 4 factorial is that we have what, 4 A's. We have 2 factorial coming from 2R, and another 2 factorial coming from what, 2 T's. Okay, so 10 factorial divided by 4 factorial times 4 factorial times 4 factorial. So if you do this very well, you cancel out, we're going to be left with what, 37,800 ways. Wow, imagine that you want to do this the same way we arrange for ABC. You're not even going to finish in 1 year because you're going to be doing this over and over, and you won't get confused, and I'm missing a number, meaning you're starting afresh, right? So that's why this way is very easy, and 1 minute you are done. Okay, so let's see if we still have one more example. Okay, I think that's all. So try to go through this video very well, go through it. I'll be giving you an assignment to arrange a word. You might be arranged Mississippi. Yes, so you might be arranged maybe I'm gonna give you like 5 letter words, but there will be repetition there, just like mommy. I might give you to arrange daddy. Of course, if I give you daddy, you just have the same answer like mommy, right? Because there are 3 D's in daddy, and there's 1 A and there's 1 Y. So you will just copy my work. So I'm going to give you a unique problem, but it's going to be very simple. Please try to do it on your own. I want to see your way of doing it. I want to see your answer so that I will be sure, or I will know if you really understand all about permutation and factorial. Okay, so please try to do it on your own. Okay, try to do it on your own so that if you didn't understand it, so I will know if I'm going to repeat this video again. So I want to see your response, I want to see your assignment, so that I'll be sure that that we are flowing together. All right, I wish you all a blessed day. Enjoy your lectures, enjoy all your studies, try to do your assignment, and don't forget to stay safe. So bye for now.